welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Liv and I am so excited to be chatting with you today. I am so excited about today's reading, and it was actually inspired by ASO or SO Tarot's new video here on YouTube as well. I was scrolling through my feed and I saw that she posted a message from your Archangels, and I just adore that idea. So that is actually what we are tuning in here today as well. Today we are tuning into an urgent message from your Archangel, and if you do not know, if you do not connect with any Archangels, if you do not work with any Archangels, we have 3 present here today, and at the end of your readings I'm actually going to go through and show you how you can invoke them, work with them, communicate with them, all of that good jazz, and the reasons to do so. So I am just so excited for today's video. So today I was called to call on 3 Archangels to kind of come forth and speak to you through your readings today. And we also have 3 stones laid out here as well. I am actually going to flip over the first card for you. So not only can you see the Archangel, but you can also see the message attached to the card and see if you would like to pick that way. Before we go ahead and do that though, I do want to let you know, if you are new to pick a card styles or you would like a refresher, that there are so many different ways to pick here. The biggest thing that you are wanting to do is listen to your intuition and understand that these are messages from spirit, and that if something does not resonate with you, that is totally okay. Just take it and throw that away. No worries at all. You may also be called to listen to more than one message, and that is also absolutely okay. Not a worry at all right? Just listen to whatever your guides tell you to do. Really trust your intuition and vibe with it. So you can pick based on the crystals you see here. The Archangels are going to talk about, honestly, whatever way you feel called to do so. Just please know you cannot pick wrong. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. For pile number 1, we have the beautiful flower agate stone here. One of my favorite stones. I just freaking love this stone. And your Archangel is going to be Gabriel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card. You got Gabriel the wheel. So if you are called to the wheel in the common tarot, or if you are called to Archangel Gabriel, this might be your pile. Pile number 2, we have this beautiful green, actually I think it's green fluorite heart stone here. And your Archangel today is actually going to be Archangel Raziel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card. This is Archangel Raziel, and in this tarot deck he represents the Hermit. So that might be a card for you if you resonate with that as well. And then the last pile here today is going to be our beautiful magic egg. Typically I do this in the sunlight, but today the windows are closed, so I really hope you can tell that when you have this in the shade without any light, it is a solid color, and then when you expose it to light, it changes colors and is so freaking magical. I wish I was able to show you this better. I think you can like see on my hand that it's glowing orange now, and when it's in the shade it does not. So one of my absolute favorite stones. Oh, there you go. I could have just held it up here and you could have seen it. My air conditioning is kicking in, showing us that spirit is here. Hi, hello. And your Archangel today is Archangel Chamuel. If you would like to see their card, this is Archangel Chamuel. That is him back there in the tree representing here. And this card is the Awakening, also known as the Hanged One. So those are going to be your 3 cards for you here today, your 3 Archangels. As a reminder, pile number 1 has Archangel Gabriel. Pile number 2 has Archangel Raziel, and pile number 3 has Archangel Chamuel. If you have not heard of either of those Archangels, that is totally okay. Again, you can pick based off the stones, you can pick based off your intuition, and if you have heard of Archangel Gabriel and you're like, oh my gosh, I love him, but you're called to listen to pile 3, please listen to your intuition. All right, so we are going to go ahead and give you some time with some meditation music to chill out, vibe out, and connect with your guides. And again, just asking spirit, what message am I meant to hear today? We are just tuning into an urgent message from the Archangels. All right, I'm going to give you some time with some meditation music, and I will see you, cutie, for your pile pick. pile number 1 with our beautiful flower agate stone here. As a reminder, you chose Archangel Gabriel to receive your message from here today. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say. And I did tell you that I'm going to use this book. I don't even know if I mentioned I'm going to use this book, but this is a book we're going to be using at the end of your reading to help us learn how to invoke Archangel Gabriel and call upon him so that he can help us further in our life, and often things that he is commonly known to help and assist with. So we are going to do that at the very end. So if you would like to see that, definitely be sure to stay tuned. So let's go ahead and get started. We are starting off with the Angel Tarot cards here. These are some of my favorite cards I think I have ever had. As a reminder, or if you are new to my channel, I do always link the decks I use both in my description and the pinned comment of this video. So if you would like to check them out yourself, you may absolutely do so and find them very easily. So the very first card you got today is the Wheel. A fresh new start or the end of delays, sudden or unexpected progress, a very positive change in your life, and travel or a new vehicle. So full transparency, I was just using the first cards we used here today to call upon our Archangel. However, I really do feel like this is the core value, the core underlying theme of what your message is going to be about today. But let's go ahead and see if we can get more clarification here. So that, again, we're using the Angel Tarot cards here. I believe that's what they're called. Angel Wisdom Tarot. Sorry about that. The first card you got here today is the Five of Cups with Archangel Chamuel. So you might also be called to go listen to pile number 3. Four of Wands with Archangel Raphael. We're going to move and adjust things, so bear with me for 1 second. I'm probably going to adjust this again in a second, but Nine of Swords with Archangel Michael. The Three of Wands with Archangel Michael. And the last tarot card you got here today is the Six of Swords with Archangel Gabriel. So I'm going to adjust this real quick and I'll be right back. So when I set my intention with this reading, I really was not focusing on any specific category because I did not want to put spirit in a box for today's reading necessarily, because I just wanted it to be the urgent message that you needed to hear in any category or any aspect of your life. So I really do feel like for you, pile number 1, some people that might be listening here might be currently at a crossroads, whether it is with a job, a friend, a relationship, whatever it looks like for you, or maybe just a part of your life where you're trying to gain greater clarification. I feel like you are at a crossroads here, because not only do we see the Wheel, but we also see the Six of Swords, which is also the time of endings and new beginnings, which is also very similar to the Wheel, and they are both Archangel Gabriel. So I feel like the loudest message here is endings and beginnings, specifically because you got the Six of Swords. This shows me that not because the Wheel Olivia, finish your sentence. Because you have the Six of Swords as well as the Wheel, this is showing me that the hard times you have gone through in the past are ending and positive things are upon the horizon. Excuse me, spirits, speak, okay? Because the Wheel does not necessarily always represent positive things coming, okay? It is like the Wheel of Fortune, so it's like fortune's favor or fortune's luck, which means you spin the wheel and it might be 100 or it might be 1. But for you specifically, pile number 1, I really do feel like the spirit is trying to guide you and help you see that if you've been going through a rocky, rough period lately, and whatever aspect it is, whether it's with mental health, physical health, financial disruption, whether it is with relationships, career, maybe just a state of being, whatever it is that's been causing you stress, that has been getting you down, the end of that time is very near. The thing that's kind of making me a little bit confused are the cards surrounding. This is where I see an imbalance, to be honest with you, and I think it's really interesting because what I think spirit is showing you, pile number 1, is a reminder that the choice is always and entirely yours. And I don't mean to say that to be like rude or anything like that, but I think oftentimes, I'll speak for myself personally, when I'm going through a hard time, like your girl's been going through it, all right? Y'all know I've not been present here on YouTube for a hot minute. It's because I've been going through my own struggles, and when I am going through my struggles, I often just kind of expect that it will just fix itself. It'll move on, we'll get over it, everything will just kind of work itself out, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, what I am doing is I'm honestly like taking away my power power and putting it in the hands of the unknown, which again, not a bad thing, but it is telling myself subconsciously that I am not in control of my own life or my own universe or my own choices. And Spirit is really wanting you to kind of think about that here. If you are someone similar to me who has also experienced like similar things, maybe you struggle with similar like beliefs and mindsets, if that is you, Spirit is coming in here to truly remind you that the choice is yours, all right? Because I feel like right now you are at this 5 of Cups moment, which is like kind of feeling like we're focusing on the negative. This says things not turning out the way you anticipated. Everything happens for a reason, forgiveness of self or others, and looking for the hidden blessings. So honestly, what I'm seeing here is like, so you can see the visualization of 2 people offering up the cups and this person like not being able to see it because they are focusing on their own hurts. Now, what I want to say is that we all, every single person deserves the time to sit through their pain, feel your hurts, feel your angers, feel your frustrations. But it's also a very important thing not to get too stuck there, all right? I am a firm believer that you need to feel your feelings. I am someone where if I suppress my feelings for too long, I become a monster, okay? So it is very important to feel your feelings. It's part of the human experience, but Spirit wants you to not get too stuck there. Don't let those feelings ruin your entire life, all right? If it causes a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, totally understandable. But when you are ready, understand that you have the ability to decide, I'm ready for a positive future. I am ready to continue to grow, to bloom, and to blossom, and I get to make the choice to do so. And I really see that moving forward here with the 4 of Wands, because paired right after the 5 of Cups is the 4 of Wands, which is literally the card of celebration. It says so much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine and the angels for the peace and prosperity coming to you, peace and contentment in your personal life. Do you see how those are 2 completely opposites? One has more of like the victim mentality, which again, I'm not saying you have the victim mentality, but if you are someone who struggles with that, because your girl does, okay? I often find myself feeling very much in the victim mentality. If you are someone who struggles with that as well, that might be the message here. And if you don't, totally okay. But this is more of the card that's like kind of sitting in your feelings, sitting in your thoughts, really ruminating on, oh man, I could have totally said this thing, or oh, why did this happen to me, or oh, why is everything going so wrong? And again, feel your feelings. I am not coming on here telling you not to feel your feelings. You deserve to feel them. It is your right as a human to feel your freaking feelings, okay? But when you are ready, Spirit is saying, but there is so much more that lies ahead here. That's the Wheel coming in. That's the 6 of Swords coming in. Yes, whatever happened may have really sucked, and it has you feeling down, has you feeling in the slumps, has you focusing on maybe what's been gone wrong instead of what can go right. But that time, as long as you decide and as long as you're allowing, is coming to an end. That cycle, that chapter of your life is closing, and what lies ahead is so much prosperity, celebration, abundance, joy, fulfillment. And that's what Spirit is really wanting to get across here, is that when you get out of this sad period, when you get out of this time of mourning, it's not just saying it's going to be more sad afterwards. It's saying it's going to be vibrant, beautiful, happy, fortunate, blessings, abundance surrounding you. And it's going to be so beautiful. On this side, you have a very, very, very similar scenario. You have the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Wands, completely different cards, completely same archangel. Both Archangel Michael are popping up here. What this is showing me is, again, the choice is up to you. And I hope that that is coming off the right way. I hope you don't feel like I'm saying like, I'm trusting that you are I'm trusting that you are receiving this in the way I am meaning. And if you are not, and if you have questions, comment them down below and I will try to clarify further on what I'm trying to say right now, because I feel like I just don't want to miscommunicate or give you the wrong idea. But what I mean by the choice is yours is that you are truly in control of your own life. And it's not meant to bring you fear. It's meant to bring you empowerment. You are in charge of your own life. You get to decide how your life goes. You get to decide what you want to do with your day tomorrow. Yes, we may have obligations, children's jobs, careers, lives, okay? But you get to decide how that day plays out to a degree. All right, you get to decide how you feel in the morning. If you wake up happy, if you wake up sad, if you wake up angry, if you wake up ready to have a positive day ahead of you. And I feel like Spirit is just wanting you to see Spirit's wanting you to be hopeful in this moment. And if you're having a hard time doing that, be gentle with yourself, but they want to give you the message and the energy of hope, and that positive situations do lie ahead. So that's what I was really seeing here as well. I am going to still read the cards for you, but I don't want to harp on this energy too much, because like I really feel like it's the exact same scenario as over here. It's just kind of duplicating, so you really can clearly see the two sides of the situation. So with the Nine of Swords, that's a sort of like unfounded fear, anxiety, depression, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies. So that's, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but that's like literally what I was just saying about the choice is yours, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies. I cannot tell you how many times I have done that. I've expected the worst, so what happens? The thing I was expecting. Because if I'm thinking about it, I'm expecting that worst thing to happen, that's what I'm putting out into the universe. Law of attraction, all right? If you believe in the law of attraction, keep up with me for a second. And like The Secret says, if you're constantly thinking about, I'm gonna have so much debt, that is exactly what you will receive. However, if you flip that script and then say, I am so freaking rich, I live a life of abundance, joy, prosperity, money always comes my way with ease and grace, that is what you will then receive. So this talks about expecting the worst, creating that self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's kind of the message I was getting here as well. So again, not to be hard on yourself, not being mean to yourself, not being like, oh man, I'm creating all these crappy things around me. No, it's not about being hard on yourself or the decisions you've made in the past. This is about opening up and awakening yourself to how you can move forward in the future. This also says allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation, sleepless nights, refocus your thoughts. And then you have over here the Three of Wands. Planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors, be patient in what you decide what's next. The Three of Wands is a card of like success and like more forward moving pace and really like journeying on to the next leg of your life. And that's why, again, I think Spirit is really telling you, you know, you get to decide here. And I also want to say, if you're not quite ready to move on, if you're not quite ready to release, you might be in this Five of Cups and this Nine of Swords energy, but it's not permanent, all right? These things are waiting for you. The Three of Wands and the Four of Wands, they're going to be waiting for you whenever you're ready. And your guides really want you to know that. It's not like if you don't feel better tomorrow, this is all going to be gone. Absolutely not. But whenever you are ready, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's a year from now, they want you to understand all of the beautiful things that really and truly do lie ahead. So take your time, feel your thoughts, go through the emotions, you know, let yourself feel for however long you need to, let yourself grieve for however long you need to. But when you are ready, your angel, your spirit, Archangel Gabriel specifically, is here saying, bestie, I'm here for you, I'm ready, and so much abundance lies straight ahead, all right? The next cards we are using today are actually the Kyle Gray Angel Guide Oracle, and these were gifted to us by Laura. Laura, thank you so much for these beautiful cards. I love them, and I love you, so thank you so much. I will probably have to read these cards because I'm not super familiar with their meanings, but I'm absolutely in love with them. So let's go ahead and see what they have to say. The first card you got is clear, cancel, and release. Again, like I said, I am going to read them, but right off the bat, one, does she not look like Veronica from Willy Wonka? Or not Veronica, Violet from Willy Wonka? That's just like the vibes I got. All right, in a good way, not in a bad way, but clear, cancel, and release. With this Five of Cups and the Four of Wands pairing next to each other, this is again another reminder that when you are ready, clear, cancel, and release what is not serving you from the Five of Cups, so that way you can open up space to receive your Four of Wands energy. The next card you got is harmony and resolution. This is such a beautiful message as well, because being paired here with the Six of Swords and the Wheel is saying that you are ready to receive the harmony and resolution that Archangel Gabriel is really trying to help you see and help manifest into your life. And when you are ready and when you feel like you are able to release what is not serving you, it is going to bring so much peace into your life. Again, take your time, and whenever you are ready, they just want you to know, because like sometimes it's scary. Sorry, let me finish my sentence. They want you to know that so much beauty lies on the other side, because sometimes it is so scary when you are going through something sad or a loss, or you're grieving. Maybe it's like a loss of a job or a friend or whatever it has been. It is so scary to think about the future because now it's unknown, right? And so it's scary to be like, Liv, I don't know what's going to happen when I'm stopped thinking about this. And your guides, specifically Archangel Gabriel, wants you to see that what happens when you are ready to heal, whenever you are ready, I'm not rushing you, whenever you are ready, is going to bring you harmony, peace, tranquility, resolution, celebration, a time for joy and receiving so much abundance. The last one one of the cards you got today is learning experiences, all right, or learning experience. So again, this is not a time, and again, I'm still gonna read the book, okay, but this is just intuition moment real quick. This is not a time to beat yourself up for what you have done in the past. This is not a time to be like, dang, why didn't I heal faster? Why am I still sad? Why are my feelings not just going away? Why can't I get over this? Absolutely not. This is a time to give yourself love and joy and compassion, and again, let yourself feel, and then when you are ready to grow through this, because this is an experience for you to learn, not to be mad at yourself, not to be angry with yourself. And again, if you feel that way right now, understandable, we all go through it, but when you are ready to release that, release it, because this is a time for you to learn, to grow, and to even become more aware of who you are through this experience as well. So let's go ahead and read these cards. Just because I'm not super familiar, I want to be able to give you the full message. All right, we are starting with clear, cancel, and release. You are being guided to clear your life and energy of any negative or challenging people, situations, or events. It's time to release any old ideas, negative thought patterns, or even sarcastic comments you may be using to put yourself down. Ouch, okay, that hit me where it hurts. Angel wisdom wants you to recognize and realize the power of your words, thoughts, and intentions. If you say something, even jokingly, about yourself that might have a negative effect on you, or express something you wish wasn't real, you are being encouraged to be more loving towards yourself. Angels are guiding you to clear, cancel, and release anything you no longer want or need in order to make more room for love, positivity, and peace. Whenever you have a negative thought, or say something you then wish you hadn't, you have the capacity to remove that idea or energy from your own energy by saying the powerful affirmation, clear, cancel, release. Angels are ready and willing to help you clear anything that could be standing between you and your inner peace. This is a good time, pile number one, when you're doing this clear, cancel, and release, to call also upon Archangel Gabriel, since he is the one who's wanting to kind of help you out and connect with you here, and ask him to help you clear and release any negative energy that is not serving you. When you draw this card, you are also being encouraged, speak spirit, to clear any clutter from your life. If there is dust building up or stuff accumulating in your home, office, car, or anywhere else you spend time, clear it now. When you clear physical space, you clear psychic space. That is actually so accurate. I thought that was a BS statement for years and years and years and years and years. And when we had friends come into town last month, I basically deep cleaned my entire home, and I feel like it created so much more harmony in my space, and it was very beneficial. All right, so if you're also someone like me that thought that was BS, not really. Making these simple changes will clear your energy and open you up to experiencing a sense of clarity and freedom. So I'm not going to harp on it too much because I feel like I'm just going to echo it, but I really do feel like, again, when you are ready, Gabriel is calling you to clear and release, because again, once you clear out your space, you make room for new energy. I use this example a lot because it's something very literal, and I'm a very literal person at times, and literal examples often help me. But say you want a couch. Now, you might be someone who has room for like 6 couches in their house. I do not. I live in a small apartment, okay, and I have the room for 1 couch in my apartment. If I am wanting and manifesting a new couch, I simply cannot have another couch in that space until I release the couch I have now. Same with energy. If you're wanting to attract abundance and joy and prosperity and 4 of Wands energy into your life, it might be really, really hard to do so if all we're thinking about is sadness and loss and, grieving and going through that. And again, that's okay when it needs to be okay, and that's okay to take your time. But it's like, once you release any thoughts, thought patterns, sarcastic comments about yourself, degrading comments about yourself, once you release that, you then make space for positive, high vibrational energy. The next card you got is harmony and resolution. All right. Angels of harmony and healing are with you to help you resolve any conflicts that have been disturbing your inner peace. You are being encouraged to call in the light of God and surrender any concerns you have so that the divine can resolve them. Also, pile number 1, if you are someone who does not resonate with the term God, please replace it with whatever resonates with you. You can use Gaia, you can use Source, you can use Universe, you can use Higher Self, whatever resonates with you. All right, let's keep going. Your angel guide for this example, or for this reading, it is Gabriel. All right, so Gabriel is suggesting you release any need to be right or to get your point across, for this will only create more hostility. This is the time to focus on your own inner peace. Dedicate time and energy to doing what you can to make yourself feel comforted and comfortable. Beautiful, pile number 1. Through being more caring towards yourself, you will create harmonious energy that will wash out like a wave to all of those around you. Trust that this will happen and harmony will be restored. Sorry, that was my watch. Angel guidance is encouraging you to stand down from any conflicts that are going on in your life right now. Take a step back to collect your thoughts and breathe. Angels cannot help you unless you create space for them to intervene, and they are with you now and willing to restore peace. Archangel specifically for you, pile number 1. They want you to know that they are aware of your challenges and the concerns you have, but unless you have faith that harmony can be restored, nothing can change. This is a time for you to visualize yourself, the situation, and everyone involved enveloped in a golden light of God, of goodness and grace, and maybe goddess, because that's the word that came to my head. It's important to know that angels of peace are encouraging you to let them bring peace to the situation. Trust the process. All right. The last card you got for this today is learning experience. I still have another deck we used, but last one for these cards. You have dedicated a lot of your time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world, and have had many experiences recently that have been great teachers. Even though not everything has been easy or perfect, there has been a positive in that you have come to understand yourself, your gifts, and your abilities better than ever. All right, so just pausing there for a second. Even though not all of these experiences have been beautiful or wonderful or happy or high vibrational, there was a message there that you are still learning, because if nothing else, you are able to learn more about yourself. You're able to understand more about yourself, your gifts, and your abilities. You are deeply connected to who you are, what you stand for, and what is important to you. When this card appears for you, angels are acknowledging the challenges and obstacles you have surmounted recently. This is so crazy, y'all, because I really am not familiar with these cards enough. Like, I'm very familiar with their imagery because I use them a lot, but I'm not very familiar with these messages. This goes so accurately with what we have been saying, right? If you've been going through the challenges, one, I really think they are nearing an end very, very soon if they have not already. And two, all of these cards are just like echoing the reading, which is kind of beautiful, all right? Although it may have been a difficult time for you, your faith and inner strength have increased. Know that the cloud has a silver lining, and you will soon have moved beyond the feeling of being stuck or unsupported. Inner peace and a sense of security come from overcoming hardships. Without the challenges that life has presented to you, you wouldn't be the person you are today. This is a time for you to reflect on the incredible strength you have, period. No matter what has gone wrong for you, you have made your way through the darkness and into the light. When this card appears for you, your angel guide is inviting you to ask yourself, what have I learned from this? This card represents the teacher you have within, and through integrity and connection, you will also be able to find a message within the mystery. If you are still facing these challenges, you are being encouraged to keep going and trust that the worst will soon be over. I mean, period. Spirit speak. The light at the end of the tunnel is you. Ugh. Man, that hit me in my heartstrings. All right, pile number 1, the light at the end of the tunnel is you. My gosh, I feel like I don't even know what else to say there besides just snaps. All right, that was beautiful. The last cards we have for you here today before we go into the book are the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards here today. Because I was doing an Archangel reading, I was really called to just go ahead and use all angel cards. That's what we did. The first card you got is Stargazer, set your sights higher. All right, so when we're talking about these challenges, these tribulations that you may have gone through, I feel like a message from Spirit is saying that maybe throughout this time, you've kind of let yourself maybe see things glass half empty, or even think that you deserve less than you are truly worth. And the reason I'm saying that is because Stargazer is all about knowing that you have so much, like you are more than I think you currently think you are worth. Regardless of what's happened in the past, regardless of the choices you've made, regardless of that thing you may have said that you wish you didn't, you have so much value. And I feel like it's time for you to really see that within your life. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be silly and goofy and joyful and prosperous and abundant. You deserve all of these amazing things that this world has to offer. And Spirit wants you, Archangel Gabriel specifically, wants you to set your sights higher and think about, how could my life be better, right? If I want something, say you want just to feel happy, right? What can I think? What is like the highest thing I can think of that would make me so happy, and then go even farther, all right? Because you deserve a life of abundance, and it's time for you to truly see all that you are worth. The next card you got is Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. Okay, so right off the bat, you might be really, really called to go and look at the stars, because not only did you get Stargazer, but you also got Star Ancestor. Another message I'm getting right here is that you might also be a star seed, or someone who really connects with the star seed energies and groups. Some star seeds are like the actually I'm not going to speak on that too much because I don't want to misspeak, but I might have like some Pleiadians or some Lemurians or some other starseed families tapping in here. If you are not familiar of what star seeds are, you can definitely search on YouTube what is a star seed, and it'll do a better explanation than I would be able to do, honestly. All right, but I definitely might have some star seed babes tapping in here today. Following the voice of your soul is all about understanding, again, with all the cards we got here today, that you are in control. You have your own voice, and your voice is powerful and deserves to be heard. And if not by anyone else, by you, babe. I mean, it does deserve to be heard by everyone else, but your voice 100% deserves to be heard by you. Let yourself think, let yourself breathe, let yourself feel, and ask Spirit, ask Gabriel, what is it that I'm meant to see? Why can I not see this right now? And then listen to the voice of your soul. If your soul is telling you, I need a week off to go, vacationing, listen to it if able, if applicable. All right, if your soul is telling you, I need to go take a bubble bath and just like connect with myself and my guides, listen to it. Following the voice of your soul is more about just like connecting with who you are. It's also about honoring your voice and honoring what it is your soul wants to do. The next card you got is Sage. Be devoted and committed. The message I'm getting just from looking at this card is that when you are ready, again, I just want to make it very, very clear that I am not trying to pressure you or rush you into healing, because I think healing takes time, and I think often we don't give ourselves the time to do that. And so if I could give you one message today, it's to take the time you need, all right? But when you are ready, Spirit and Archangel Gabriel are really, really, really encouraging you to be devoted and committed to yourself. What I mean by that is throughout this healing journey, throughout this time, it can be really easy to let ourselves get distracted, let ourselves get caught up in taking care of others, which again, not a bad thing. But during this time, it's going to be so important for you to commit to your own healing journey and your own growth. And sometimes that means doing things that are not fun, like setting hard boundary with family members and friends, like saying goodbye to people that do not serve you, changing your thought patterns, really like becoming a different person sometimes. And that is not always easy, but your guides and Archangel Gabriel are wanting to really make it clear to you that you deserve to commit to yourself. You deserve to make a commitment to yourself to grow, to heal, to become more evolved, and you deserve to follow through with that. You deserve to be devoted to yourself. You deserve to be devoted to you. You are worth devoting your time to. You are worth devoting your energy to. You are worth being there for yourself, whether it's through nourishment, whether it's through comforting, whether it's through loving yourself, whatever it is that you need in that moment, allow yourself to really commit to yourself and be there for you when you need it. The last card you got here today is Hunter. This is so interesting because I feel like I've been talking about this card a lot in my present life, and even at my last reading I did for you. And this is such a beautiful card. It's actually one of my favorites. And this card says, track down your fears and your desires, which I think is interesting because you got this over the Nine of Swords, which is kind of like unfounded fear. The Hunter card talks about how in life you can either be hunted or the hunter. And this represents that we all have fears, okay? Regardless of if we want them or not, we have all in this world experienced the feeling of fear. And those fears might be very, very loud for some and quiet for others, or some fears might be loud for you and some might be quiet. For the sake of this example, I'm going to talk about a fear of sharks, okay? You might have, no, it's a stupid example. I'm not going to talk about that, but whatever it is, the hunter represents that if you have a fear of sharks, you have a fear of swimming, you have a fear of not being worthy, you have a fear of rejection, you have a fear of failure, you have a fear of, whatever it may look like for you. You can decide if this fear is going to run your life, or if you are going to look at this fear and say, you have no power here, and that is when you become the hunter. So becoming the hunted means that these fears run your world, okay? They decide that you are undeserving of love. They decide that you are undeserving of good friends, good peace, good harmony. They track you down, and you stay in this box by your ego and your fears. Or you become the hunter and you track down your fears. You look at them and you say, clear, cancel, release. You have no power here. Clear, cancel, release. You have no power here. And then you become in control of your life. You become the person who gets to call the shots instead of the ego and the fears being the ones that are constantly deciding your everyday decisions. All right. I hope that makes sense there. That is seriously one of my favorite cards. And I think such a beautiful message to help you understand that if you are having those Nine of Swords thoughts, those fears, those unfounded fears, and it's like, Liv, why am I even worrying about this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. This is the time for you to decide, are you going to let those fears completely control your life, or are you going to look at them in the face, not humans, we're talking about fears, okay, and say, you have no power here, clear, cancel, and release, and be able to move on from that. All right. The last thing I'm going to do for you today, pile number 1, is go ahead and read Archangel Gabriel's page so we can kind of learn a little bit more about him, what he has to offer, and all of that good tea. This book does not fit as well as I was hoping, but I hope you can see that. So Archangel Gabriel is associated with the following faiths, which are Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. But I want to remind you that when working with archangels, you do not have to be associated with any of the faiths to work with them. They are deities. They are, manifestations of spirit and consciousness. So you do not have to be Christian to work with Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is known to help you connect with your feminine side, receive a message from your spirit, celebrate your life, manifest your deepest desire, cleanse your body, mind, home, and spirit, be protected in violent weather or in travel, and communicate with your unborn child. How to invoke. Gabriel's voice will fill you with peace and joy. When you see moonlight streaming into your home, Gabriel is there to bless you with his presence. You only need a simple request. Quotes, Gabriel, I ask you for your guidance and assistance. Please help me, explain your needs, please help me, and then in quotations, explain your needs, whatever it is you are wanting to ask. I give thanks for your love and for being in my life. Gabriel is one of the 2 highest ranking angels. He is a messenger whose symbol is the trumpet. Gabriel buried Moses and dictated the Quran to the prophet Muhammad. He announced the birth of John the Baptist to the world and told Mary she would give birth to Jesus. Gabriel brings a message of hope to mankind. He reminds everyone of the importance of loving one another. He encourages unity and oneness. He brings mercy, forgiveness, change, and transformation. Gabriel is associated with the moon. He often makes his presence known with a flash of silver light. He also rules the element of water and is associated with the direction of the west. He helps with intuitive insights, herbal medicine, and women's menstrual cycles. Gabriel also chooses which souls will be born. He helps the spirit adjust to the exciting journey of life on earth. He has the ability to grant wishes, bring joy, unveil divine mysteries, reveal truth, and grant justice. Gabriel can protect you from violent weather and make your travel easy and effortless. All right. So pile number 1, that is Archangel Gabriel. If you would like to work with him, that is an easy way to do so. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a comment down below and let me know, because 1, commenting helps me to see if these messages are resonating with you and if they're vibing with you and what I can do to help them vibe with you better. And 2, commenting makes me feel like we're real life BFFs, and it is so enjoyable, and it means the world to me. So if you would like to comment, absolutely please feel free to do so. I love you all so much, and I love engaging with you in the comments. All right. And again, please subscribe if you are not subscribed already. It helps me and my channel out so much. On this channel, I do accept tips and donations, which are never required nor expected, just received with so much joy, love, and gratitude. And it's just an additional way for you to help support creators. But again, not necessary, not required, or anything like that. It's simply a gift. It's a gratitude. So if you would like to do that, you can check out my PayPal and Cash App, which are both Lives Light, or my Venmo, which is Olivia-Lintz. So you can go ahead and check that out there as well. Pile number 1, I love you, I adore you, and I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so happy to be back reading for all you beautiful souls. I am so happy that me and you get to coexist on this planet at the exact same time together. It makes me just so happy. So thank you so much for being here today. As always, remember to be sure to show others love, show your light, and shine so bright, and I will see you cutie patooties for my next video. Bye! All right, pile number 2, y'all chose the beautiful green fluorite stone here, and you got Archangel Raziel showing up. Archangel Raziel in this deck is actually represented in multiple different cards, but the card you picked was the Hermit. All right, so we went ahead and pulled out some tarot cards for you right off the bat. We are using the, what are these called? Angel Wisdom tarot cards here, and if you are new to my channel, all of the decks I use are going to be linked in my description down below, as well as a pinned comment in the video. So let's go ahead and get on into it. So the Hermit was the card that kind of pulled out for you right off the bat, pile number 2. And the Hermit represents, I'll just read it for you here, the time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor in self-discovery. In general, the Hermit hardcore represents going within, and often a time of rest, and sometimes by force. And what I mean by that is, if you watched my Where I've Been and Where I'm Going video, Spirit really pushed me into a hermit mode the last 2 months, not by choice, but most definitely necessary. So for me, my laptop broke, then I got COVID, and there's just a lot of things going on that really said, you need to stop, you need to rest. I think often people can see the Hermit and think of it as like a really overwhelming message of like, okay, you got to go within. No one wants to do that, right? But the thing is that Spirit really wants you to know here, especially Raziel, wants you to see why you are meant to go within. It is not for nothing. It is so that you can come out the other side being a very powerful version of yourself. Not that who you are now is not powerful, but whenever we are called to go within the Hermit mode, in my personal opinion, it is because you are ready to up level, upgrade, or shift your own personal vibration. So by doing so, by going within, doing your self-discovery, sitting with yourself, learning yourself, being comfortable with who you are then able to find out even more about yourself. So then moving down here below, you got Archangel Raziel showing up again here with the Magician, Archangel Gabriel showing up twice, Archangel Shamuel showing up twice, and Zadkiel. I believe I'm pronouncing those probably incorrectly, so let me know if I'm pronouncing them incorrectly and how to pronounce them. So how I'm really seeing this for you, pile number 2, air conditioning just popped on, so Spirit is like, hello, it's me, what's up? But how I'm seeing this is, I feel like right now, maybe you have been in the 4 of Cups and 5 of Cups energy. The 4 in the Cups and 5 of Cups really represent very similar vibes. 4 of Cups is more failing to kind of see what's going on in front of you. If you can see that there is someone who is offering them a cup, in this image it is Archangel Chamuel offering this person cup, a guidance, love, and an energetic upgrade, but they are having a really hard time seeing it. They are focusing on what they do not have rather than what's going on around them, and it is the exact same visual with the 5 of Cups. If you can tell in both images, somebody is offering a cup, but the person is failing to see it. So what I really feel like is going on with you in your present moment is that there are things that your guide, specifically Archangel Raziel, is trying to get you to see, and maybe right now you're just having a hard time seeing it. And that is not anything to be upset with yourself about or shame yourself about or anything like that. They are just letting you know that they might put you into a hermit mode, or you might be called to go into a hermit mode so you can see this more clearly. Now, I want to remind you that cups do represent water, which represents emotions, and we are in the Cancer season right now. And in general, if you are called to feel your emotions, please feel them. I am a huge proponent and believer of feeling your feels, all right? I think that feeling your emotions is first and foremost one of the most important things that you can do, not only to heal, but to be more connected connected with who you are. So if you feel like you've been ignoring your emotions or not feeling them or whatever it's been for you, first and foremost, let yourself feel them. And then when you are sitting in those emotions, when you really let yourself sit with them, if you get this idea, this notion, this nudge from your guides, from Archangel Raziel, whatever it is, listen to it, all right? Because they're wanting you to see the glass half full again. They're wanting you to see why all this is happening. They're wanting you to see the beautiful things that are going on around you. And both of these cups, actually, the hands that are holding the cups that are being held in the hands, I guess I should say, are actually full. They are not empty. All the cups surrounding are empty, but the cups that are held in the hands are completely full, saying that spirit is here to say we are ready to help you raise your vibes back up. We are ready. Also, my hand is itching so bad, and Chloe told me that when this happens, abundance is on its way. All right, so scratch it towards you. But your guys are trying to get you to see that there are so many beautiful things surrounding you right now, and amidst the hardship, to find things that still bring you joy. And again, I'm not saying not to feel your feelings. I'm not saying to ignore your emotions and just act like everything is okay and happy and fine. But what I am encouraging you to do is when you feel your emotions, then start to see or find one thing each day to bring you joy, a pocket of peace, if you will. Something amidst your day that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, that brings you enlightenment. And by doing so, you're going to be able to continue to raise your vibration along this journey. Then you got the Two of Wands here, which is all about taking the next step, really seeing life with bright new eyes. This says bold and ambitious choices, partnering with others who share your dreams, expanding your plans, and continuing to move forward. I really do feel like this is where you might be right now, Four of Cups and Five of Cups. And again, understandable. I'm not trying to shame your feelings at all. I really hope you know that. Pile number 2, that is something I will always avoid on this channel, because I really do feel like your feelings are so, valuable and so important. But in this moment, I feel no buts, all right? But in this, I just said it again, period. In this moment, you might be in this feeling of sadness, loss, grieving, heartache, even depression, if you will, like going through these sad, deep, worryful emotions and not really able to see how there could be any positivity to the situation. But allowing yourself to fully feel them, allowing yourself to sit in that, is going to push you out the other end, because you got the Hermit, the Two of Wands, and then you also got the Wheel down here, showing me that I feel like this is a cycle that's ready to be broken. If this is something that happens quite often for you, if you find yourself getting stuck in a cyclical pattern with whatever this Four of Cups and Five of Cups have been creating for you, first of all, that's breaking. That's done. We're done with it. All right. It is not necessary to be here. Also, you might also be called to go listen to pile number 1, because Gabriel showed up twice for you. And that was pile number 1's card as well. All right. But with the Two of Wands here, I really do feel like you are ready to break out of what has not been serving you and move forward into what it will be serving you, which is why you're being called to go within, to focus on the Hermit mode energy, to focus on yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your energy, whatever it looks like for you. But there is an energy. I said the word energy so many times. There is the vibe with the wheel popping up here that there is an ending that needs to happen so a beginning can bloom, right? There is an ending that needs to happen here with the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups, saying goodbye to what has not been serving you, people, places, things, emotions, behavior, habits, what have you. That way you can welcome in the new. But again, it might not be the easiest transition. So if you feel sad, let yourself cry. If you feel hurt, let yourself feel. It is fair and wonderful and beautiful to feel your emotions. And then when you do, you'll be able to see things with a much clearer viewpoint. All right. And then you got the Empress and the Magician showing up here. You have so many majors. Pile number 2. Archangel Gabriel, Chamuel, and Raziel are very present in your readings. The Empress is such a beautiful card representing divine feminine energy. As a reminder, feminine energy does not equal female. Feminine energy is the energy of flow and nurturing and just being there for oneself. We all have feminine energy, regardless of how we identify here in our physical vessels. And I really just feel like you are being called to go within so you can come out and just feel so good about who you are. All right, and when you feel good about who you are, you're ready to freaking seize the day. The Empress here says time to take action, give birth to your dreams, creative projects that will be very successful, abundance and prosperity. And my hand quite literally itched and it's red. I don't even know if you can see how red it is actually, but I feel like that is spirit saying so much abundance is right around the corner for you. And in this moment, it might be hard to see. My own personal experience is it's been hard for me to even see how abundance could be coming into my life lately when I've been so focused on my Four of Cups moment. And I have been, all right, we go through it. I've been focused on all the things that are going wrong. I've been really looking at life glass half empty instead of glass half full. But you are ready to see the prosperity that truly does lie ahead. Going within to the hermit mode is going to allow you the time and the space to feel your feelings, feel your emotions, heal from them, and then come out on the other side ready with the Two of Wands, with the Wheel, to say goodbye to that chapter and open up a new one of self-development, one of self-discovery, one of knowing, one of confidence, one of love, ready to give birth to whatever it is you're wanting to manifest into this world. Ideas, projects, creativity, new friendships, what have you, whatever it is you are wanting to bring out into this universe, bring out into existence, it's going to be ready when you go through the hermit mode. For some reason, I'm quite literally getting the visual of like an egg and its incubation period. I don't even think those are the right words. I don't know why I'm getting an egg instead of my normal butterfly example. All right, but I'm seeing an egg that needs to go, what are those things called? It's not an incubation, but like the, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm using this example, but you know how when chickens lay eggs, if you're doing it for like a project or if you're wanting to like monitor them or whatever, they need, I think it is called an incubation, but the eggs need to kind of go and sit and heal before the chicks can hatch, right? The eggs need to be warm and taken care of so they can be warm and healthy and happy, and then they can hatch into beautiful little chickens that are just going to live and thrive, and we take good care of animals, okay? And good of all harm to none. But I hope you understand what I'm saying of like right now you're in the process, the hermit mode, where you're going within, you are sitting in your shell. It's not always the most comfortable thing. You probably want to break out and get free and you just are so restless, but there is a reason for you to be in this shell period. There's a reason for you to be in this period of time of just sitting within, going within, feeling your emotions. And it's so when you crack, when you break out of your shell, you are able to come out the other side more confident in yourself, more sure of yourself, more happy with what is going on around you, and able to see whatever is happening around you as an opportunity for prosperity and abundance and glass half full. I do want to just give a little disclaimer. I know that there is a lot going on in the world right now that is very, very heavy and very, very sad, and that's why I want to go back and reiterate that it is okay, valuable, and important to feel your feelings, all right? I'm not trying to rush you through that in any way, shape, or form, but whenever you are ready, Spirit has so much for you on the other side. The last tarot card you got here today is Archangel Raziel again, the Magician. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be successful will manifest. If you can believe it, you can do it. So I feel like for you, pile number 2, I'm definitely tuning into somebody who has these hopes, these goals, these dreams, these aspirations that you wish to receive in your life. And maybe right now you've been like, Liv, why aren't they coming true? What is happening? What am I doing wrong? Why is nothing that I want coming into my reality? And your guides are saying, because it's time to go within, feel your feelings, so that way they can become your reality. All right. And that's a very loud message. You are the Magician, pile number 2. You are magic. You are pure, beautiful light source energy. And you have the ability to create whatever it is you want into your life. I don't know why this is coming into my head, but the term pure potentiality will not leave my mind. All right, pure potentiality. You have the ability to create infinite abundance. There is no cap on how much you can receive. There is no limit on how much abundance you deserve to have. You deserve to have as much as your heart can desire, good of all harm to none. All right, so I really do feel like Spirit is pushing you through this hermit mode to rest, to feel, to heal, to grow, to release, and then to move forward along your journey. The next cards we are using here today are the Angel, what are these called? The Angel Guide Oracle. These were gifted to us by Laura. Laura, if you are watching, thank you so much for these beautiful cards. These are some of my favorite cards I've ever had. Like, I just love them. I do not know all of the cards' meaning super well, so I'm going to first go with my intuition, and then I'm going to actually go ahead and read the cards for you just so you get the full message. The first card you got here today is Forgiveness and Understanding. I really do feel especially with the placement paired here, I really do feel like it is so important to embrace these two energies into your life. Forgiveness and understanding, not only of others, very important, but also forgiveness of yourself, understanding of yourself, and understanding that whatever is happening right now is an opportunity for you to grow, an opportunity for you to bloom past whatever is currently bothering you. And again, feel your feelings. I'm not trying to rush you through that in any way, shape, or form, but I do want to read this message as well, because I feel like the message I am receiving is that forgiveness is so healing. And I'm not saying that you have to forgive the person by being like, hey, you know, X, Y, and Z, I totally forgive you. What you did was totally great and I'm not mad at all. It's not about that. Forgiveness is never about saying that what happened was okay. Forgiveness is never about saying that this horrible thing happened, but it's totally fine and I'm over it. Forgiveness is saying I'm no longer going to allow this person or this situation to dictate my feelings. I'm no longer going to allow them to have power over my life. What they did was not okay. What they did, I do not accept, I do not consent to, and I am not going to say that it is okay or that anything that happened was what should have happened. However, I am going to choose forgiveness for me because I deserve to be free. All right. The next card you got was cut the cords. All right. So this definitely might be revolving another person. If it doesn't revolve around another person when I'm talking about this could just be cutting the energetic cords of what have not been serving you. I often cut cords when I feel like there is something that's just holding me back. Even if it's my own cord attached to, you know, like obsession with checking my analytics or my ego and me like beefing it out, whatever it is, sometimes you just have to cut those energetic ties. So this could be, though, definitely regarding another person. If there is something going on here with the Four of Cups and Five of Cups where you feel like there's a person in your life, in your circle, in your energy that has just not been serving you, and you know you need to say goodbye, but it's really, really hard, or maybe not even say goodbye, but setting some hard boundaries and it's really, really hard, please remember that you're doing it for you. All right, do it for you, my love. Do it for you. You're not setting boundaries to get back at them. You're not going to set boundaries to be mean to them. You're setting boundaries because you deserve to be respected, and that's the most important thing to remember, is that you're doing these things for you. You'd cut this cord for you, not because they're a bad person, not because of anything like that, but because you deserve to be free from this energy that is draining you or that is not serving you. All right, the next card you got is do the work. So definitely pile number 2. Spirit is saying you're ready. All right, but again, I'm not rushing you through this, but you are ready. Whenever you're ready, call on Archangel Raziel to help you say goodbye to what has not been serving you and push you forward into this next phase of your life. With the Wheel and the Two of Wands, we're definitely saying goodbye to what was not serving us and welcoming in the new, and it's so exciting, and they are just encouraging you along this journey. The last one of these cards you got today says take charge and action. The message I get from this, and again, if anything I say does not resonate with you, please just throw it away. All right, that happens sometimes and that's okay. The message I get from this card here, the take charge and action, is actually something I've been working on really hard myself lately too. Also, sorry, I just got like a really crazy message because all 3 of these cards have their hands somewhere close to their heart chakra. We're going to touch on that. Actually, yeah, wow, very interesting. Okay, Olivia, say it out loud so you don't forget it. But this take charge and action card, the message I get from this is something I'm currently working on myself, which is taking responsibility for my own life and for my own actions. I think oftentimes we as human are very prone to push off our words, actions, choices onto other people. Well, you made me angry, so I did this. Well, you did this to me, so I did this. I am incredibly like a person who does this. I am trying to break free of that, right? I'm someone who will be like, oh, you made me angry, you hurt me, therefore I did X, Y, and Z, or you did this to me, so therefore I'm doing this to you. What that is actually saying, if you break it down, is that I am not responsible for my own choices. And what that breaking down is saying even more is that you have power over me. I'm an Aquarius being, so I do not like the idea of anyone having power over me or anyone having any control over my life. So my control freak said, absolutely not. All right, but in all realness here, it is important to take responsibility for your choices, your words, your actions. Say you're someone who wants to do something, but you're like, oh, well, this person didn't do it, so I can't do that. Why, bestie? Why? Why can't you take responsibility for your choices, your actions, the things you would like to do, and the things that we say that aren't nice, right? I'm someone who often is like, oh, well, you hurt me, so this, and that, like I said. But what I should be saying is, I feel hurt by this situation, but that means that however I react is still on me, right? However I react in that situation is my choice, my words, my energy, mine. It's me. And so I feel like your guides are really encouraging you to take responsibility of your own choices, your own actions, especially along this journey. You are the only person who can do the healing for you. And I'm saying that with so much love, and I hope that's how you feel it. But you are the only person that can do the healing for you. There are so many times and so many people in my life that I just wish I could just push them through their healing and everything would be okay, but it's not, because you are the only one responsible for your healing, which means that if you need to heal, no one can force you to do so. People can encourage you and ask you and prompt you and beg you and do whatever, but you are the one who gets to decide if you want to change. And that's a really important reminder for us along this time in our life, right? Is that we are responsible for the choices we make. We are responsible for our own life. So start taking that with a word of encouragement, not a burden, right? Oh my gosh, I'm responsible for my life, so I get to choose how it is. I get to choose how it looks. I get to choose what I want to do with my life and how I can make it. You know what I'm saying? Good of all, harm to none. So let's go ahead and read the cards for you now. Oh wait, I actually want to talk about, it's really, really interesting because all three of the first cards here have their hand along their chest or along their heart in some way, shape, or form. So this is really interesting as well because we did get the Cups energy, and your heart is your center of emotions, right? Your heart is your heart chakra, where you feel, where you love, where you cry. All your emotions are stored here, I believe. If I'm wrong, let me know, okay? I would not doubt that, but I do feel like you might be called to do some heart chakra meditations or some heart chakra healings. This also is showing me that what is going on might be really, really close to your heart. So again, be gentle with yourself along this journey. Let yourself feel emotions, feel what's going on, and then whenever you're ready, cut that cord, all right? Let's go ahead and see what these cards have to say, though, just to make sure I give you the full reading, the full vibe, all right? Forgiveness and understanding. As soon as you see the word forgiveness, you'll know where this energy is needed in your life. Forgiveness is a correction to human vision, an opportunity to see through the eyes of the soul, and ultimately it gives us an idea of what it's like to see through the eyes of our angels. Whatever the situation that feels heavy on your heart right now, when this card appears, your angel guide is inviting you to release it. You aren't being asked to accept bad behavior or let it go. This is exactly what I was just saying. Thank you, Spirit. Absolutely. But to realize that you're the only person who's truly being affected by unforgiving thoughts and feelings is you. That is exactly what I'm saying, all right? You aren't being asked to accept this bad behavior or to let it go, but to realize that the only person who's truly being affected by your unforgiving thoughts and feelings is you. You don't deserve to have past events get in the way of present happiness, and that can only happen if you make space by releasing painful experiences from your heart. So call on your angels and ask them to help you step into the energy of forgiveness. Even if you feel you do not know how to forgive, the willingness to do it will be enough. Bestie, like, oh my God, that is exactly what I was saying, right? It's not saying, okay, what you did to me is okay. I'm accepting what you did to me. I totally think that everything that happened was good and fine and groovy. But it is saying that the only person that those unforgiving thoughts are harming is you. And you don't deserve to have those past, those pains, those unforgiving feelings affect your life moving forward. You're ready to release it. And even if you don't know how, like they were saying, the willingness is enough, all right? Call in Archangel Raziel and say, I'm willing and I'm ready, and he will help take that and run with it, okay? The next card you got is cut the cords. In spirituality, cords are the energetic bonds that connect us to a situation, person, or place. There are different types of cords, but in this context, they are connections to situations or people that can have a negative and draining effect upon us. We can also create a negative cord when we have an expectation of the outcome of a situation, especially when it is outside our control. So this is an important time for you to release any attachments to people, places, situations, outcomes, or anything else that could be limiting your experience of joy. Angels are wrapping you in a light of love so that you can lovingly detach from situations that could be draining, dramatic, or damaging your health or purpose, all right? Abso-freaking-lutely, period. Oh my gosh, this is just, I don't feel like reiterating too much because I feel like it's just echoing it, but I do like reading the cards sometimes. Do the work. If you're wondering whether to move forward or not, this card is a message from your angels to continue on. You might feel that your current situation requires more time and energy than you are able to give, and there's a good chance that you're feeling disheartened or even drained. It's important to know that everything involved in this situation is pivotal to your growth, expansion, and spiritual connection. This card invites you to switch on the light you have within. It's time to be a star, rise up, to get behind the wheel and drive the journey of your life. Yes, energy is going to be needed to hustle and push, but every single effort you make will pay off. Right now, you are sending out a signal, and that will create a wave that can lay the foundation for the rest of your life. Beautiful. And the last one of these you got today was take charge and action. Don't be afraid to take charge or be strong at this time. Sometimes we have to take control in order to be respected or honored. If you feel that your current situation is moving in a direction that isn't serving you, your joy, or your purpose, the message of this card is to put your foot down now. You don't have to be aggressive, but you do need clarity now, and unless you step in, it won't unfold. So set a good example, respect yourself, lead rather than be led. If you're wondering whether to make the next move in a particular situation, this card encourages you to do so. You got two cards saying the same thing. Often angels find it difficult to support us fully unless we make the first move. Meet them halfway now by showing your commitment to moving forward. Yes, you're ready, pile number 2, to move forward and to grow beyond this situation. The last cards I pulled for you today before we go into the book divination part of this reading. Actually, it's not book divination for this. We're actually just going to use this book to figure out how to connect with Archangel Raziel for you. But the last cards I pulled for you today are the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards here. The first card you got is Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. Absolutely, okay? First and foremost, you need to feel your feels, babe. You need to feel your feels. Feel your fears about the current situation, what's been happening, how you feel about it. Let yourself feel, all right? This is something that is so hard, and I feel like people don't realize how hard it is, and maybe they do. I shouldn't assume that, but here's what I will say. I did not realize how hard this was and how much of my life I spent in avoidance. And you might think to yourself, Liv, I let myself feel it. I cry and then I do whatever. It's beautiful, okay? But how I realized that I was not actually allowing myself to feel my emotions is I would feel them start to rise up in my chest. I would start to get very, very anxious. My skin would start to burn. I felt angry or frustrated or tears welling up in my body or hurt or pain. And it was so uncomfortable that I could not handle it. And so what would I do? I'd go on my phone. I would scroll. I would put music on. I would turn the TV on. I would read a book. I would do whatever I possibly could to avoid feeling them, even arguing, all right? I'm not saying that arguing is not feeling your emotions, but for me personally, it was not. For me, arguing was still a distraction and a way for me not to actually sit and feel my emotions in that present moment. And so that's what I would do. I would argue, I would fight, I would distract myself as much as I could possibly do it so that way I would not have to feel my emotions. For me, what feeling my emotions is and a way for me to connect with my emotions is when these feelings start to come up. Let's just say for the sake of this, it is hurt. If these feelings of hurt start to come up and I feel my chest starting to beat really, really fast, I feel my body wanting to just, and I feel it and I feel my body tensing and getting overwhelmed. Instead of avoiding it, I sit with it. I let it come up. I let it hurt. I let myself cry and express and show within myself. I'm not here to hurt anybody else, all right? And I let those emotions rise. And when they do, they truly only last about 90 seconds, and then they're gone. And you push through them. And whenever you are able to do that, you learn more about yourself, who you are, and how you're feeling about the current situation. So it's a beautiful thing to connect with your emotions and be kind and gentle to yourself along this journey. And if you need help specifically connecting to your emotions, call on Archangel Chamuel because I believe he would like to help you there. The next card you got is Earth Mother. Feel loved and comforted. Mama Gaia is coming in clutch for you right now, okay? She is saying, lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend, right? Lean on me. Mama Gaia's like, lean on me, babe. I am here for you. Let me love you. Let me connect with you. Come cry at my feet. I am here and I want to help you. So if you feel like you have no one, you have Mama Gaia. You have Earth Mother. You have your spiritual team. And I know that sometimes that feels like that's not enough, and I totally understand, but do know that you do also have them there as well. If you need a hug, if you need someone to hold you, ask Mama Gaia to hold you. Ask Earth Mother to hold you, help you feel loved, connected, powerful, and just like safe in her arms. And you'll be surprised at the emotions you're able to feel while doing that. The last card you got today, pile number 2, is spring. See your seeds grow. You are ready to bloom and to blossom. All right, right now it might be the time of digging the ground. Why can I not give examples today? But today might be the time for you to kind of dig, plant the seeds, water them, and let them heal, let them bloom, figure out what they're doing in the soil, right? Right now you're in the soil. It might be dark, it might be hard, you might feel sad, you might feel alone in the hermit. But the reason you are going through all this is so you can bloom, push out the other side, and grow up. That sounded so aggressive. I didn't mean grow up as in like grow up as in get older. I meant grow up as in physically grow up and outward and bloom and blossom and shine your light so bright. All right. The last thing we're going to do for you today, pile number 2, is I am using the Angels, Spirit Guides, and Goddesses book by Susan Gregg to go ahead and see how we can connect with Archangel Raziel for you here. So let's go ahead and see what they have to say. I'm also called to go ahead and show you Archangel Chamuel as well. Again, I feel like I'm not pronouncing that correctly, so be patient with me, but we are trying. All right, so we're going to do Raziel first, and then I'm also going to show you Archangel Chamuel if you are also called to connect with them. This is Archangel Raziel here. Archangel Raziel is associated with Judaism, but you do not have to be Jewish in order to work with them. Raziel will help you come up with great ideas, access your inner wisdom, materialize a new place to live or a great job, connect with spirit, and release any limiting behaviors. I also want to say beliefs, so maybe that's a way as well. Invocation. The easiest way to call upon Raziel is to light a yellow candle and say, Raziel, my benefactor and guardian, please help me now. Help me see life through your eyes and make the right choices. Guide and direct my footsteps and open my mind and my heart to your incredible wisdom and love. I give thanks for the miracles that are about to occur. And then as he draws near, your breath may quicken and you will feel a deep sense of well-being. The angel Raziel stands between God and the rest of creation, so he is connected to everyone and everything. A beautiful yellow aura emanates from his tall form. He has large light blue wings and wears a magical gray robe that looks like swirling liquid. Oh, that's really cool. Raziel is the patron of secret wisdom and divine knowledge and the guardian of originality and pure thought. Raziel is said to be the author of the Book of the Angel Raziel, which claims to contain all the mysteries of the universe. Legend says that Raziel gave the book to Adam in the Garden of Eden before he was banished. Because of his care and concern for Adam, Raziel is considered a special patron of human beings. He is a messenger of the celestial realms. Raziel will show you how to tap into the natural ebb and flow of the universe so you can manifest your deepest desires and harness the magic that lives within each human being. How beautiful! Okay, and then I was also called to do Archangel Chamuel here, so let's go ahead and do him as well. Also associated with Judaism, Chamuel will help you overcome depression, create inner peace, improve relationships, forgive others and yourself. Wow, okay. Find true love, love and accept yourself, and establish a career. Invocation. Call upon Chamuel for matters of the heart, both big and small. Imagine yourself bathed in a bright pink light. Open your heart and allow him to guide your thoughts and feelings. Write your hopes and dreams and desires on pieces of paper, light a pink candle, and burn them. Watch the smoke rise, knowing your requests will be willingly granted. Beautiful. Chamuel encourages open-mindedness and reminds us that we must love ourselves first if we want to love others. He'll help you release judgmental attitudes. He will help you use your shortcomings as an opportunity to connect with your spirit rather than carry them as a burden. When you call upon him, you may see a ray of pink light. Chamuel will help you develop compassion, improve your ability to communicate, balance your life, and understand the value of helping others. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, call upon him. Chamuel will help you heal family dysfunctions and overcome grief. He assists with love, relationships, creativity, and spirituality. He helps to improve existing relationships and will help you find your soulmate. He will also assist you in building a strong, long-lasting foundation for your relationships and your career. When Chamuel is around, you will feel a warm, tingling sensation in your body. He will help you open your heart to forgive after a bitter divorce or the tragic death of a loved one. All right. Pile number 2. I hope this resonated with you, and I hope that you are cool that I read Archangel Chamuel and Raziel because they were both really, really loud and present here for you today. I love and adore you so much, and I am so, so grateful for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Commenting is not only a way for us to interact together as friends and as a team and just like as a community, but also lets me know if these videos are vibing with you and if they're resonating with you, which means just the world to me. All right, and I'm so, so grateful for all of you who do comment. Subscribing and giving a thumbs up to me also helps my channel so, 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 so much. If you would like to help my channel in any shape or way or form, subscribing, giving a thumbs up, and commenting on my videos all make a huge difference for me. I do want to let you know that on this channel, I do accept tips and donations, which are never required nor expected, just received with so much joy and love and so much gratitude. Tips and donations are just a way for you to also help support the creators in which you like to watch and follow, and I accept those at Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Again, not required, not expected, just a kind, I guess, way to support your creators. I'm doing such a bad job explaining this. Excuse me. All right, spirit, but y'all know the tea. Okay, pile number 2. I love you, I adore you, and I'm so grateful for you. I wanted to let you know that at this time, my private readings are actually closed. So if you see somebody saying other than that, please know that that is not true. All right. I love you, cuties, so much. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for your love, your kindness, your generosity, your compassion, and just for being here and existing here today. I love you and I adore you, and I'm so, so thankful that we get to exist on this plane together at the same time. Always remember to show others love, show your light, and shine so bright, and I will see you, cutie patooties, for my next video. Bye! All right, our last and never in the least bit least, pile number 3 with Archangel Chamuel and our beautiful magic opalite egg here. I just want to make sure that I can like fully show you how freaking cool this is. Let me try to figure this out so that it's really easy to see in the camera angle. It's so easy for me to see in person, but I just want to make sure that y'all get to see the magical light of this as well. There we go. I feel like if I hold it like right over here, you can kind of see it a little bit, but this is just such a unique and beautiful, beautiful stone. So wonderful choice, pile number 3. So let's go ahead and hop into your reading. Just as a reminder, at the end of your reading today, we are going to go ahead and use the Angels, Spirit Guides, and Goddesses book to go ahead and figure out how to connect with Archangel Chamuel and how to invoke him and some qualities about him as well. So let's go ahead and hop on into it. If you are new to this channel, I do always link the decks I use and the book I use in my description down below, as well as the pinned comment of this video if you would like to check them out yourselves. So you got Archangel Chamuel, and we are using the Angel Wisdom Tarot to start here. You also got a bunch of other archangels, all right? You got Jeremiah, Uriel, Michael, Hanael, and Metatron popping up here today. But right off the bat, with Archangel Chamuel, you got the Awakening card, which is this deck's interpretation of the Hanged One or the Hanged Man. I just like saying Hanged One, all right? And this is a beautiful card to get, and I'm kind of viewing this as like your overarching theme of your message here today. This card says, a temporary pause for reflection and insight. An awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your own uniqueness and charitable actions. I really feel like right now for you, pile number 3, you might feel like you're at a crossroads, whether it's actual two paths or just you're at this space in your life where you're ready to kind of change. I feel like with all three piles here today, the general theme and consensus is that of change. People are ready to change and shift and evolve and grow beyond what they had currently known. And you are at this moment and at that period right now where you are facing whatever you are facing in this current moment. And you might feel like you just kind of need to sit with yourself and really think about things, and that's very favored in this time. A practice I often use is thinking about something for 3 days. If an opportunity, an idea, a feeling pops up for me, I try to sit on it for 3 days and see how I feel 3 days after. If I get an opportunity to buy something really expensive like a car, I will sit with it for 3 days and then see how I feel. This is a really good way not to act out of impulse, but rather sit with your emotions, sit with your feelings, and really see how you feel about the situation. That's just a small example, but that's really what you're being called to do in this moment, is stop, reflect, and see how you really feel about what's going on. I feel like by sitting in this moment of contemplation, by sitting in this moment of self-reflection and quietness, and just being able to see things in a whole new way, you're going to have a lot of awakenings surrounding you. You do have two majors kind of capping the reading here. You have renewal and the dreamer, renewal being judgment and the dreamer being the fool. Both of these are such positive cards to have, and I feel like we're almost reading them like the Fool represents 0 in tarot, right? It's the very, very beginning, and the renewal card is not. But what I see is that we're almost reading it like maybe where you are now, part of you is growing, very similar to the other readings we've done here today as well, but a part of you is growing and you are ready to get to like the dreamer, the fool. The beginning stage is actually at the end of this reading, which is what is so beautiful. I think something that is often a misconception is that you can't start over, right? You can't have new beginnings. Well, I'm 80, so there's no time for new beginnings. That is absolutely not true, and we're going to talk about that more as we move on throughout this reading. But you do have the renewal here, which represents reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness, time to head in a new direction, period, clarity on your life purpose, and in your heart you know what to do. This is often, again, coinciding with the awakening card here. This is often seen as a time to kind of look back at your past, not with anger or frustration or, oh my gosh, even envy, if you will, but like, oh my gosh, I should have done this, and that, or look how good I looked back then, what's wrong with me now, or anything like that. But instead looking at your past with compassion and an open heart and seeing how much you've grown, right? We're not looking at our past to poop on ourselves where we are now. We're looking at our past to see how far we've grown, and if there's something, a pattern that is still popping up that needs to be addressed in the present moment. And this is such a beautiful time as well, because being paired with the awakening card here is saying that this pause, this reflection, this is what I'm truly seeing for you, pile number 1 from Archangel Chamuel, is that through this awakening, these are going to be the things that you have the revelations about. So they're kind of giving you a cheat sheet, if you will. One of it is that you're probably going to be called to go back and look at things from your past, choices, decisions, friendships, things that had been done, things that you did, whatever it was, and looking back at that past with compassion and kindness towards yourself, so you can move forward on what it is you want to do. If you're someone who's kind of trying to currently find your life purpose, that is going to be found through going through the awakening phase, through going through the time of rest and contemplation and sitting with yourself and your guides. And if you are someone that's searching for your life purpose, that's going to be found here as well. All right, and then you got three threes. Okay, you got 2 3s paired back to back, so 3 might be a lucky number for you, and you're the pile 3. Yes, okay. So 3 might be a very lucky number for you in the upcoming season of your life. If you start seeing the numbers 333, 313, 323, any of the 3s, please know that that is Archangel Chamuel really trying to get you to remember this message and tune into the energy of it. Both of these 3s are very positive, high vibrational cards. You see the 3 of Cups, which to me is always representing a very special group of people. It doesn't have to be literal people, like this card is a woman with 2 angels. But it could be, you know, you and your spiritual team, or you and your group of friends, or you in a close connection. This is a very beautiful, beautiful connection of people who are supporting each other, celebrating each other, uplifting each other, encouraging one another. And I feel like if you are someone who's been searching for your tribe or your people, they're definitely on their way to you, maybe in the next 3 months is something that's coming to me. But again, in order to attract those people to us, we have to be aware of what that energy feels like within ourselves. We have to be aware of what it feels like to support, to love, to be kind, to be generous, to be our most authentic selves to ourselves. That way we can be ready for it when that energy approaches us through other people as well. This is a very positive card, a time for gratitude, a time for positive celebrations and all of that good jazz. And then having it next to the Three of Wands is just a lot of positivity coming your way. I feel like they're trying to reinforce you here with these minor cards in the middle. It's like this is reinforcing. You're going to have a bunch of times for celebrating all the acknowledgments you've had, times for celebrating the awakenings, the thoughts, the ideas you had during your hanged period. And then you're also going to have the Three of Wands energy, which is just like you're able to now plan for the future. It says here, an awakening where you see things in a whole new light, having the Three of Wands paired underneath that. Also, I'm going to go back. When I said the hanged period, I meant like the hanged man period, the awakening, just so we're all clear and on the same page. Good of all harm to none, you know the tea. All right, but being able to see things in a whole new light. And then the Three of Wands, which is taking that action, planning for the long term, looking ahead and looking at the world with eyes wide open, abundance from your past choices, pride in the success in your labors, and being patient on what it is you decide that what is next for you. But I feel like whenever you go through the awakening, you're able to see things in a whole new light, which opens up so many doors of opportunity, prosperity, and abundance for you. And then being paired there with the Ace of Cups, which is new energy. Cups, no. Aces are always about new opportunities. Being paired right next to the Fool, this could especially be a new emotional opportunity. What I mean by that is a new way of feeling, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, feeling about yourself, a new energetic habit that you're taking on, whatever it is, in a very positive way. This is a very, very, very abundant, prosperous, beautiful card. It's also the card of awakening your psychic abilities, your spiritual insights, your intuition, which also all comes about when going through the awakening period. All right, this is such a beautiful time. I feel like this is going to all lead you to the Dreamer, aka the Fool, which is all about new starts and new beginnings and trusting yourself, pushing your fears aside and saying, I trust you, self, and I trust you, spirit. Take a leap of faith and know that you will be caught by spirit and by your own self and your own intuition. If you are someone who's been wanting to start a new practice, a new job, a new relationship, manifesting a new friendship, if you're just wanting to start fresh, all right, if you're just wanting to start fresh and new, that is so favored right now for you. Good of all harm to none, all right, but you are ready to kind of take that new next step, that leap of faith, especially if it's involving a relationship or relationships, whether it's friendships. Maybe you said goodbye to friends that were not serving you so you could make room for ones that will, and that's definitely seen here as well with the Three of Cups, the emotions. I do feel like this phase you're moving on to is going to be one where you feel very emotionally fulfilled and satisfied and content. But again, it's just a reminder that in order to attract friendships, relationships, partnerships in life in which we feel emotional contentment, we first have to provide that for ourselves so we know what it feels like and we know what to attract. The next cards we got are the Angel Guide Oracle cards here. These were gifted to us by Laura. Laura, thank you so much. I absolutely love these cards. Y'all got so many, so bear with me, okay, because I'm not super familiar with all of the meanings of the cards, so I probably will read a few. So let's go ahead and see what they have to say. The first card you got is Intuition and Downloads. I mean, absolutely, period. Going through this awakening phase, going through this phase where you're like stopping, pausing, reflecting, and just kind of seeing what it is Spirit is trying to tell you, is a way for you to receive new intuition and new intuitive downloads, new messages from Spirit, trying to really understand what they are telling you. And it's going to be beautiful. It might be hard at first. You might be called to go through some shadow work, some inner child work, some healing of the old soul and the wounds, but it's going to bring you so much much abundance and prosperity. The next card you got is ease and grace. I'm definitely going to read this one because I feel like I don't know too much about it, but I believe that Spirit is kind of telling you that going through this period is going to be a very beautiful time for you to really tune into the energy of ebb and flow. I think it's also interesting that they're both sitting in a very similar way. Let's go ahead and read that card to see what it has to say real quick. Ease and grace. This is a time to learn and adapt. You are being guided to slow down, take your time, take in the current moment, and allow space for events to occur, just like the Awakening card, all right, pile 3. You often put too much pressure and expectation on yourself. This is not required. Also, with constant effort and rush, you'll find yourself becoming overwhelmed and tired. When you are too forceful, you use up too much energy, and that may hinder your progress at this time. If you are in a difficult situation at work or with other people, don't feel you have to prove your skills, talents, or worth. Just step back and breathe, and through grace you will be seen, understood, and recognized for who you truly are. Ah, yes, okay. You are being guided to flow like water. Don't feel the need to rush or force your way ahead. A gentle approach will be more rewarding. Have patience and move with subtlety and grace. This is such a beautiful message because you are going through this change, but I feel like for you it's going to be a slow burn, right? It's going to be one of just, we don't have to rush into the next phase. We don't have to rush. We don't have to push. We don't have to exert ourselves too much. It's going to go and flow. It's going to be very calming, very relaxing, very beautiful, very harmonious. All right. And that's a very, very powerful message to receive right now when everything else kind of feels chaotic. Spirit is saying that you can find that rest. You can find that calmness within yourself while still progressing and moving forward in life. The next card you got is Angelic Protection. I want to read this card as well because I'm not very familiar with this one either. So let's go ahead and see what they have to say. All right. A brilliant light of protection is around you at this time. Angels are guiding and guarding you and want you to know that you are safe. Whether you're feeling worried about physical, emotional, or spiritual harm or not, this card is confirming that you have spiritual protection. Your angel guide is supporting you and leading you toward positive experiences and outcomes. If you have decisions to make or opportunities to take and you are unsure what to do now, know this card is bringing you comfort and support. The angels who are with you only need a prayer from you in order to swoop in and guide you, all right? So especially when we were talking about the awakening, if you are someone that feels like you have two paths to take, or you have something in which you need an answer, sorry my chair is so squeaky today, by the way, call on Archangel Chamuel and say, please show me that whichever path I take, I will be protected, I will be guided, and I will make the right decision. And in doing that and asking, that is what you will receive, all right? Because it's scary to make a big decision. It's scary to make a big change, but you're ready to do so and you are protected along this journey. The next card you got is Ask and Receive, period. Pile number 3, all right? Ask for what it is you desire and know that it will be yours. If you are wanting a new relationship, ask and receive. If you are wanting to have positive friendships in your life, ask and receive. And I just want to say something when I'm talking about, like, especially relationships and friendships, right? Because you can't force somebody to be friends with you. You can't force somebody to be in a relationship with you. But what I mean by ask and receive is ask, Spirit, please bring me friendships in which I feel that I can be my true, authentic self. I feel safe and I feel whole, and we are able to be the most beautiful, wonderful friends for each other. And by receiving it, it's saying, I am deserving of having those friendships. I am deserving of being respected. I am deserving of love. I am loved, loving, and lovable. And there's all these different ways of receiving, but you have to open yourself up to receive in that way. And that's something I missed for a long time. Like, I missed as in I did not do. I was always like, yeah, I'm ready to receive it. Can't you tell? I really, really want it. So clearly I'm ready to receive it, but I wasn't actually allowing myself to get in the vibrational match, the vibrational frequency of receiving those things. So if you want, a friendship or a relationship or a new job, what is it about that you want, and how can you give that to yourself in this present moment to get into the energetic frequency of receiving that? The next card you got is Signs and Reminders. So that's what I was saying about 333. If you see the number 333 a lot in the upcoming period, that is definitely a sign from Archangel Chamuel to communicate with him and ask them for help along this journey. I think a lot of times we've seen signs and synchronicities, and at least for me, it's really easy to brush them off and be like, yeah, okay, like whatever, not that big of a deal. Cool, I saw 444 like a million times today. All right, but you know, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Like for example, for me, the other day, I went to a building in which I needed to have a security badge, and I think it was like 8:50 at nighttime. But when they gave me my security badge, the time said 3:33 p.m. None of us figured out how that happened because it didn't happen to anybody else, but my time on my security like clearance badge literally said 3:33. It was nowhere near 3 o'clock. It was literally 8:50 at night. But the time said 3:33 p.m. as that was when I checked in. And that was so synchronistic, right? That was such a beautiful message from spirit that I was where I needed to be in that time and that I was listening to my intuition. So if you see things like that, don't just brush it off, all right? Understand that that is your guide, your guides, your spirit, your Archangel Chamuel, your intuition, your inner voice, all trying to communicate to you. So really tune in and receive that. This also has a lot of feathers. You have the winged ones, birds and butterflies here. So if you're called to that as well, if you feel like you're seeing a lot of synchronicities in those creatures, know that those are signs for you. The last one of these cards you got today is Friendship and Union. I've actually never pulled this card, so I'm going to read it as well. But right off the bat, I definitely think I am tuning into somebody who is wanting to manifest good friendships into their life, their spiritual tribe, their spiritual community, or just a place where you feel safe around friends, because we also got the Three of Cups. And so if that is you, please know that they are on their way to you as well. Let's go ahead and read what this card says though, because I've never pulled this, not even for myself. All right, let's see. This is a time for coming together. Friendships and other connections are important right now. There is a strengthening in your bonds with others and your capacity to know who your people are. You are surrounded by incredible, insightful, and encouraging people at this time, and it's important to enjoy the friendships and other connections you have. If you have felt disconnected or out of place for some time, know that you are moving into a far more supportive and joyful space now. Your angel guide is encouraging you to connect deeply with those you trust the most. Ask yourself, how can you bring the whole of yourself into your friendships and relationships? Be present, listen, open up, smile, laugh, venture forth, and enjoy this time. If you have felt left out recently, or have been wondering if you can trust those around you, angels are giving you clear insights and information to help. Don't concern yourself about any relationships or friendships that have been fading into the background. That is a very important sentence. The reason I want to say that is because, I'm sorry, my chair is so squeaky for y'all. My goodness. The reason that that's so important is because this is something that I think a lot of us struggle with. And that is this feeling that, oh my gosh, I've spent all this time, all these emotions on all these people, so I have to be invested in them. I believe it's called the sunk cost fallacy. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it's called, where you feel as though you've put all this time, all this energy into this friendship. So even though it's fading or it doesn't feel right for you, you feel as though you have to stay committed to it. You feel as though you have to be friends with them because you've already spent all of this time and energy doing so. While that is absolutely incorrect, all right? You are able to, say goodbye to those friendships if they're not serving you anymore. And it doesn't mean that I'm glitching. That does not mean that those people are bad or that they're not good for good people or good whoever. It just means that they are not serving you, and that is okay. It is okay to say goodbye to those who do not serve you. It is okay to say goodbye even if they're a great person and you're like, Olivia, I have no reason not to like this person or not to be friends with them. It just doesn't feel good. Listen to that and receive that and trust your intuition. All right, let's continue reading. What's important is that your vibration and energy will attract friends with whom you can be yourself and who can mirror back to you who you are. If there's something missing in a particularly important friendship, know that your angel guide is inviting you to ask yourself, what is missing here and how can I supply it? If you feel that you are struggling to make friends or you don't know who your friends are, invite your angels to assist you in making connections with those who can share and receive in a loving, balanced way. Your angel friends are ready to help you form incredible unions. Yes! Pile number 3, if you're wanting to attract those friendships, that's confirmation that they're on their way, babe, all right? But again, with listening to everything that they said there as well. The last cards we're going to use today before we tap into the book are the angels, ancestors, and Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. All right, let's go ahead and see what they have to say. The first card you got is oh my gosh, I am glitching. Live. The first card you got is Snake. Shed old skin. Pile number 3. I feel like with all piles I've read here, honestly, for today's reading, I feel like we are all called to shed a part of ourselves, whatever that looks like for you. If you are called to shed old beliefs, old thought patterns, old ways of thinking, old limiting notions about yourself, please do so at this time and know that you are guided and protected along this journey. You are ready to release what is not serving you. You are ready to say goodbye to old friendships, old connections, old ways of thinking that are just weighing you down. You're ready to shed, especially with renewal, looking back on what is not serving you. You're ready to shed that and become anew. You also got Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. You might be someone who has a bit of a harder time really connecting with your emotions. And what I mean by that is that so many of us go about our day really suppressing what it is we truly feel in order to not rock the boat, in order to not make waves, in order to just kind of sit and be quiet, all right? But this is a time for you to actually really value your emotions and understand that connecting with them is a way for you to not only learn more about what you're feeling, but to learn more about yourself. If you are craving friendships, like I was saying, what is it that you feel like you are emotionally hoping to gain from those friendships, and how can you supply that now, at least for yourself, so that way you can connect to that energy, that emotion of what it feels like to be so loved and supported, so that way you can manifest that into your life. All right, but definitely allowing yourself to sit with your commotion. That's not what I meant. Sit with your emotions, connect with them, and let them rise. The next card you got is Summer. Bask in joy and light. All right, if you are where we are currently, I'm glitching so much, pile number 3. I'm so sorry. I live currently in the United States and it is summer here. So if you are on this part of the world as well, welcome in summer with joy and light. Welcome in this new energy, this new season with happiness and warmth and excitement. Another message I'm getting is that the bee might actually also be another synchronicity for you. If you start seeing bees often, please know that that is not a coincidence and that those are your archangels, especially Archangel Chamuel, wanting to connect with you and reach you and be with you during that time. So when you see things like bees or butterflies or birds or 333, it's about sitting in that moment and asking, what is your message from me? What are you trying to say? And how can I best receive it at this time? I really do feel like you have so many positive blessings coming your way because, again, you got the Ace of Cups, which is also about connecting with your emotions, and also about just being happy and fulfilled and joyful and wonderful and just sitting in all that the world, spirit, source, Mama Gaia, universe, your highest self, all the beauty that it has to offer you. And this is about really enjoying your time, all right? So I feel like that's a very positive message for you as well, is that this is your time to do so. The last card you got here today, pile number 3, is Sky Father, trust in the unknown. A lot of you were called to take a next step, to move on to a next phase of your life, whether that is reaching out to someone, whether that is saying goodbye to something that has not been serving you and moving forward, whether that is starting a new job, whether that is saying goodbye to an old thought pattern that wasn't serving you or an old habit, whatever it is. With the Dreamer and the Ace of Cups, like I said earlier, you are called to take that leap of faith and to take that next step, and that can be really freaking scary. It can be so scary to take a leap into something that you're not quite sure what the outcome is going to be. But Skyfather is asking you in this moment to trust in the unknown, to trust and understand that you don't need to have the whole road trip mapped out. You just need to know where you're going and get in the car, all right? And that is what Skyfather is wanting you to hear right now. You don't need to know every single road you're going to drive by, every single pit stop you're going to make, every single light you're going to stop at. You just need to know where it is you want to go and then get in the car, trust, and drive, because you are so protected, especially with angelic protection. Excuse me, spirit speak, okay? You are so protected in this moment and this time in your life in general, but you are so protected, and Skyfather wants you to know that you can trust in them, you can trust in him, you can lay your concerns and your worries at their feet and then go take your leap of faith and jump into this new aspect and energy in your life, because you are ready, all right? To go ahead and end off your reading today, pile number 3, we are going to look at this book here. This is the Angels, Spirit Guides, and Goddesses book by Susan Gregg. Again, the book I am also going to link in the comments down below. And we're just going to look at Archangel Chamuel and see not only their invocation, but also just kind of like what they represent, in case you are wanting a little bit more information on them here. I actually did end up using Archangel Chamuel for pile number 2 as well, which is really interesting. They were really connected to him as well. So Chamuel, and again, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, please let me know in the comments and I will correct it in the future. Archangel Chamuel is associated with Judaism, but as a reminder, when it comes to these archangels, goddesses, deities, you do not have to be associated with Judaism to connect with them, all right? Chamuel will help you overcome depression, create inner peace, improve relationships, forgive others and yourself, find true love, love and accept yourself, and establish a career. I mean, beautiful. All of those really go so well with our reading here today. So thank you, Chamuel, for showing up. Call upon him for matters of the heart, both big and small. Invocation. Imagine yourself bathed in a bright pink light. Open your heart and allow him to guide your thoughts and feelings. Write your hopes and dreams and desires on a piece of paper, light a pink candle, and burn them. Watch the smoke rise, knowing your request will be willingly granted. About Archangel Chamuel. He encourages open-mindedness and reminds us that we must love ourselves first if we want to love others. And I'm going to add something there, pile number 3, if we want to love others and if we want to receive love by others, all right? And what I mean by that is that even if you don't love yourself, others can still love you, absolutely, but the way in which you receive it will be differently, and what I mean by that is, like, if you have so much hatred for yourself and you don't find yourself lovable, it doesn't matter if someone thinks you're the most incredible freaking person to walk this earth. It's not going to be received that way, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. He'll help you release judgmental attitudes. He will help you use your shortcomings as an opportunity to connect with your spirit rather than carry them as a burden. When you call upon him, you may see a ray of pink light. He will help you develop compassion, improve your ability to communicate, balance your life, and understand the value of helping others. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, call upon him. Chamuel will help you heal from family dysfunctions and overcome grief. He assists with love, relationships, creativity, and spirituality. He helps to improve existing relationships and will help you find your soulmate. He will also assist you in building a strong, long-lasting foundation for your relationships and your career. When he is around, you will feel a warm, tingling sensation in your body. He will help you open your heart and forgive after a bitter divorce or the tragic death of a loved one. All right, pile number 3. This is Archangel Chamuel. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Commenting not only helps my channel so much, but it also allows me to connect with you one-on-one, which I love. And it also lets me know if these readings are resonating with you, which helps me out as well. If you would like to support this channel, you can subscribe, give a thumbs up, and turn on your notification bell, which all help me out so much. And you'll be sure to never miss a video in the future. On this channel, I do accept tips and donations, which are never required nor expected, just received with so much joy and love and gratitude at Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Again, not required, not expected, just a way for you to support your creators who you enjoy watching, I guess you can say. I wanted to let you know that at this moment my private readings are closed, so if you see anything telling you otherwise, that is not true. Pile number 3, I love you, I adore you, and I'm so grateful that you and I get to coexist at the same time here together. I am just so abundantly grateful for you and your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful energy. Thank you so much for being here today. As always, remember to show others love, show your light, and shine so bright, and I will see you cutie patooties for my next video. Bye!